Welcome to CareSmarts 360 on Air, a home care podcast. I'm Dennis Gill, Senior Sales Consultant at CareSmarts. So today we have a powerhouse in the house, Welton Hong, the CEO and marketing magician behind Ring Ring Marketing, is here to spill the secrets on how home care agencies cannot just survive, but thrive. You heard that right. He's mastered the art of using a mix of pay-per-click magic, SEO, and digital visitory like local search and website redesign. Welton and his team are on a mission to supercharge online presences, elevate reputations, and catapult growth like never before. So buckle up because we're diving into the genius marketing tactics that are ringing up results for home care agencies. So let's give a warm welcome to one and only Walton Hong. Welcome to the podcast, Walton.
Thank you, Dennis. Really appreciate for having me on your podcast.
I know we do really appreciate you taking out the time today for us. So without wasting any further time, let's straight away dip in with the questions. The first one
Awesome.
from my side would be that what digital marketing strategies are most effective in 2024 for attracting clients seeking in-home care services specifically?
Right. So, Dennis, that's a very, very good question. As you probably know, there's each agency we'll work with might be
Mhm.
different.
Yep.
However, the general framework is we like to go after what I call low-hanging fruit, right?
Mhm.
All agency owners, they all have X amount of budget to spend. It's not like we all got unlimited amount of money to spend. That's wishful thinking. So what we typically do is to make sure we are working on a process. We call it the growth ladder. Start with this, then once that's working, they add on the next one. They add on the next one as we go. But typically, the first thing that we typically love to go after is, first of all, not a surprise, is to kind of, if you look at a funnel, a marketing funnel, a buying journey, or a consumer journey, we typically like to go bottom up.
Yep.
Before their phone rings, typically as folks are checking out your reviews.
Mhm.
Reviews are so critical. No matter how strong the referral source is, no matter how good online presence you are, no matter how good is your website, if you lack in reviews or you have a lot of negative reviews, unfortunately, they're going to go to your competitor.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
whenever we audit agencies, the first thing we look at is reviews. It's
Uh-huh.
so critical these days, right? Compared to 15 years ago, probably not a big decision maker, but these days, what we first audit is always reviews.
Oh,
Then going up the journey, then would be your website. Because
okay.
eventually all traffic, online, offline referral, they'll come to your website.
Yeah.
If your website is not converting, right? Let's say when they go on your website, they cannot find out who you are,
Hmm.
what you do, how are you different, right? How are you
Yeah.
different compared to other agencies? Then most likely they're gonna bounce off of your website. So if again, is that's why those two things are so critical is reviews and website. Then next is then to worry about which strategies to get more people onto your website. And that's where Google come into play. The reason we favor Google a little bit more is it's a little bit more targeting those who are already looking for you. So what I mean by that is, let's say you have let's say if you have leaky roof, typically these days we go direct to Google, type
Hmm.
in roofers near me,
Yeah.
right? That's they're problem aware, they go straight to Google, just like the good old days like the phone bug. These days, if they're already problem aware, they are looking for home care agency. Typically, most of them go straight to Google. They type in home care near me. They might type in home help near me. So that's why it's not we favor Google more than social media. It's just those are low hanging fruit. They're really looking for you.
Okay. Got it. Got
Right.
it.
Right. Then lastly is within Google, which I'll elaborate a little more, but social media is a little more for branding.
Hmm.
So look at funnel, it's a little more higher up. It's great for branding, pushing your messages out there then.
Okay. Got your
Right.
point. Got your point. And what
Yeah.
specific BBC tactics should agencies focus on this year to generate more leads and convert them into billable hours?
Right. So if you look at Google Ads these days, people call this PPC, pay-per-click ads. Obviously, it's only when people click on your ad,
Yeah.
that's when you have to pay. If you don't click on your ad, it costs you nothing, right?
Hmm.
But Google Ads these days, if you just go on Google, type in home care near me, or type in Las Vegas, Las Vegas, for example, if I type in Las Vegas home
Hmm.
care, typically you'll see a bunch of ads at the top already.
Yeah.
It's getting more year to year, the cost per click is going to go up for sure, guaranteed, right? As more and more competitors are bidding on these ads. But typically, since you're spending money to generate leads, is I would really advise those home care agencies, first of all, is to choose your keywords wisely. Rather than going very, very broad,
Uh-huh.
to go very, very narrow. Narrow means really going after those with high intention, right?
Got it.
And also, the thought typically is, hey, let me have a very large territory and start with those geography that you tend to get better clientele, rather than doing a 20-mile radius. Maybe just focus on a few zip codes that you might want to generate more clientele then.
Yeah,
Right.
rightly. Because the thing is, I've also been doing the presentations for CareSmart 360 for the past 5 years, and we do get many agencies through PPCs. So I'm really aware about that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're high intention already. They're already looking for you.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So our marketing team does work on that part.
Right.
Okay, and so what changes or trends are you seeing in local SEO that home care agencies can capitalize on this year specifically?
Yeah. So overall, if you look at the overall landscape of Google, I'll just talk a little more specific about Google. My favorite section is still going to be that local search. If you just type in home care near me, you'll see that map section where it lists out three closest or three of the best home care
Yeah,
agencies
it does come
nearby.
up like that, yeah, on the map,
Yeah,
yes.
right. I love that because it's free.
Definitely, definitely.
That section is getting more and more competitive because Google only recommends three.
Hmm.
So that section here is I would really advise agencies to make sure you are actually ranked in there as one of the three. And the first thing that Google typically looks at to see who should be ranked in there is going to be the agency's Google business profile. To dumb it down, it's basically Google listing.
Oh.
So you want to make sure your Google listing is claimed. It has all of the relevant information in there, right?
Hmm.
Such as your phone number, hours, photos, products, and services. Those are very critical information to put on there because that's what's shown first, not your website. So many of you thought, hey, those information are on my website, but you want those information to reside in your Google listing because that's what Google looks at first.
Okay.
So definitely, yeah, the trend here is more and more. The classic SEO is how well ranked is your website.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, it's getting further pushed down because you got ads at the top,
Yeah.
you got three map listing.
Hmm.
Rarely do people scroll lower and lower down the
Lower
first
and lower.
page,
Yeah,
right? Definitely focus on that local search area.
definitely, definitely, because they always start with the ads thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And so, Alton, how can home care agencies effectively enhance their online reputations to drive more businesses in 2024 from the other aspects that we've already discussed?
Right. Yeah. So reviews, as we know, it's one of the most critical thing.
Hmm.
And this, whether we work with agencies or not, first thing here is you gotta ask for reviews. You just gotta ask for reviews. It's not like restaurants. Naturally, you get without even asking,
Yeah, they get the
customers leave
reviews.
reviews. They
Yeah.
already naturally people just know they need to leave reviews.
Hmm.
But home care typically, uh, the clients they will go on Google to leave negative review more than leave positive review because they
Positive
want to
reviews.
vent. So the
Yes.
whole thing here is you need a strategy to ask for reviews.
Hmm.
And my recommendation is to definitely there's tools out there that help you solicit reviews. But that does not replace you from calling your client to survey them. That's still the most critical thing. The reason here is if you call them after the service, that's it's first time they use you. Definitely want to call them up, just checking on them. How happy are you with the service? If they're happy, that's awesome. Now you send them an email or text them with a link to Google review. But if the biggest thing here is if you're not happy, now you just prevent a negative review from going on Google. So that's
Yeah.
why I would definitely say, if it's the first time they used your service, I would definitely call them up just to make sure they're happy. Then, if they're happy, ask for a review. No, shamelessly, just ask. Right? If you don't ask, they don't know they gotta leave you a review. But definitely, there's tools out there. We have a tool. I'm not trying to plug anybody's tool, but there's so many tools out there that help you. You're putting your name, the customers are in there to help you solicit reviews. But again, that is not better than you physically calling up the client. That is always number one thing to do.
So reviews are a very integral part of this thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, lastly, wanted to check with you that are there any emerging marketing tools or technologies you believe home care agencies should invest in to grow their client base and increase billable hours in the near future?
Right. Yeah. So there's always new shiny metal things that comes out all the time as far as marketing strategies go.
Yeah.
But it's interesting if you look at the overall strategy, the ones I outlined, your Google, getting shown on Google for those who are looking for it already, having great website, stellar reviews. But when I work with agencies, what really lacks is having a powerful software. That is so critical to be in the back end, to be operating the agency. Even a CRM system, once these leads do come in, you got to work on these leads to turn those into assessment, right?
Yeah.
Those are typically, we are very good at making our clients' phone ring, but what really lacks is what happens afterwards. That's where a tool really matters, right? If you can convert a few of those, you don't need to spend much money on running ads.
Yeah, you're right, rightly said.
It's really coming down to software.
Software it is. Obviously, we
Yep.
have been working for the software tool, so I'm completely
Yeah.
aware what the agencies love about that, what the agencies they lack if they don't have the softwares. So definitely does
Yeah.
help them a lot.
Oh yeah. They want to know where to find one. That's what I'm.
Definitely. GuestSmarts 360. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thanks a lot, Welton, for sharing your expertise today. And it was great talking to you. And obviously, your audience must have heard great things about those things, and they will definitely learn more about it. And to our lovely audience, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Dennis Gill signing off. Ciao.